Right, now here's a thing. Look at that, a Bakelite Triang controller. Now, being a qualified electrician means I'd never do a thing like that or like that, but let's just see what happens when we look at that. This is a seriously old controller. I dread to think, what is it, back end of the 1950s. That's going to come in rather useful, isn't it? Oh, hello. Are you bored with this yet? We are making progress, we're getting there slowly. It's going to take a little bit longer, a lot longer. And some of you will say, why don't you put a belt sander on it, and why don't you use a machine? And right, I don't use a machine because machines are brutal and there's not an awful lot of timber in a thing like this, so all hand work. Not only that, I think you begin to feel what it's all about, but watching someone sanding paint off a guitar body is boring, I know that. What I thought I would like to show you today is what the postman brought me. Yeah, you've seen this sort of thing before. These are a pair. Let me pop that there, and we'll have a little close look. These are Triang, back end of the 1950s. They're plastic. They are pretty horrible, really, but they're what little boys were playing with in the back end of the 1950s. Or at least that's what they told their mum and dad. Right, what else have we got in the box? It's exciting sometimes, isn't it? I'll tell you what, let me bring you over. Right, what's in the box? Have you ever noticed when you want to film something you need 3 hands, don't you? And it sort of never quite works and the box keeps shutting and Right, what is in the box? Well, this is some stuff. Again, Triang, very 1950s. Look at the old couplings on that. Horrible, aren't they? But it tells the story that I want to tell. They will need some careful sort of modification, because one of the things with old plastics, some of them just sort of warp and distort. They'll become pretty nasty. Well, look at that. Another one. Well, that means I've got 2. Slightly different, this one. It's sort of chunkier, it's older. Now for the purists, oh dear. This is something that Triang produced. I don't know what market they were trying to capture, and I don't know if they did or not, but isn't that grim? This is an unpowered trailer car that you had a similar one with an engine in, or a motor, and yeah, to simulate American working practice. And just to go along behind it, look at those. I remember as a small boy looking in the shop windows and wanting these. You know, when I say wanting, sell my grandmother, disinherit myself from my parents' estate. I wanted these, and no, they weren't sensible then, they're not sensible now, but they are a bit of fun. But I did, amongst all of this stuff, I did get some stuff that is incredibly lovely. Now, if we start, you think, yeah, okay, that's nice, a signal cabin in a box, but that isn't what's in this box. The box has just been used as packing, and what we have in this box is some stuff that I have never handled previously. This is new territory for me. I don't even remember seeing these. Obviously they was around when I was around. Something sort of historical interest, 4 shillings and 5p. Now I was trying to convert that into modern pounds, shillings and pence. That's 22 pence now in the modern English sterling. So 22 pence, we better call that 30 euro cents, something like that. 30 cents of 0.3 of a euro. They are quite nice. I haven't really had time to look at them and play with them, and they are, I think, rather lovely. And when we look on the bottom, it tells us what it is. So there we are. I'm very, very pleased with those, and they will make quite an interesting display. As I say, not something I'd ever seen before, not something I'd handled before. So we will find somewhere to show them off how they should be.